Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome back to our MBA Convert series. I am Yash Kala, your host, and we have Shreyansh Jain joining with us today. In this series, we are going to bring real Rodha students who have gone through the journey, who have cleared the examination, and then the GDPI session to finally convert the college. Episode is Today's episode is extra special considering the guest we have with us also is celebrating his own birthday. So first and foremost, Shreyansh, a very big congratulations to you for converting SCMHRD and a very happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Yash.
So first introducing Shreyansh. Shreyansh is a computer science engineer, a 2024 pass out. He took a gap year after his engineering to pursue his MBA preparation and has shown significant improvement from last year. Last year his snap percentile was just 81 and this year he has secured a snap percentile of 98.05 and finally converted SMHRD. So welcome to the podcast, Shreyansh. Just let me know how it feels right from the moment when you saw the convert on your mobile phone or on your laptop screen. What was the thought process that was going on in your mind?
Actually, I had my GIM interview on the very next day. So I was just getting my car washed. So I will go to give the GIM interview. And then the result came at around 7 o'clock in the evening. So I was really relieved. और उसके बाद GIM तो पक्का नहीं गया.
Okay, तो GM आपने skip कर दिया. Now it's done. So you're finally joining SMHRD.
Yeah, mostly.
How does it feel after a year of struggle to see that convert to see a really good college, one of your dream colleges, and knowing that you'll be having a really good option going down the line?
It feels really great. काफी relief लगता है कि all the struggle in the gap year as well, going through it once again, the process of the giving mocks daily, then G processes. It feel like a really great relief.
Okay, many students out there they panic. They have a fear of the word gap year. There are students out there with a gap of 1 year, 2 year, and you're someone who has actually lived it, and not just lived it. You are able to convert one of the best colleges in the country. So, how did you structure your year on? How did it not become a bit mentally exhausting for you?
In the starting, it was I had pressure that what if I don't make it this year? So what I used to do is I just used to follow a basic routine. Like Ravi sir also said कि काम करते रहो बस वो होता रहेगा. You will have to bridge that gap yourself. कि अगर आज छोड़ दोगे तो वहीं पे रह जाएगा. ब्रिज तो कूद के ही पार होगा. तो मैं तो उसी विदाउट केडी सर की मेरे को एक और बात याद है. लाइक इन एवरी सेशन केडी सर पूछते थे कितने क्वेश्चन करे. Like how many RCs did you attempt in the last 5 days, last 4 days? So it was our target कि 3 RCs, 2 RCs डेली करने ही करना है. तो स्टार्टिंग से ही आई यूज टू प्लान इट दैट वे और मोर ओवर कुछ ना कुछ मैं फिटनेस इंक्लूड करता था अपने डेली रूटीन में. तो दैट यूज टू काम मी डाउन.
काफी स्टूडेंट्स का ये होता है कि पहले प्रिपेयर किया है, सेम चीज वापस प्रिपेयर करने बोर होता है या रिपीटेशन फील होता है. तो ये पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम को कैसे टैकल कर रहे थे आप?
द ड्रीम ऑफ द कॉलेज वाज एक्चुअली बिग इनफ टू गेट इट थ्रू बिकॉज अगर कोई लोअर कॉलेज में जाता तो आई डोंट थिंक सो ऐसा सब हो पाता. तो जस्ट एम वही एम था एम्बिशन था कि एक अच्छे कॉलेज में जाना है जैसे टॉप बी स्कूल में जाना है. तो दैट इज व्हाट केप्ट मी एक्चुअली गोइंग.
काफी स्टूडेंट्स को या काफी लोगों को एक पीयर प्रेशर होता है कि यू सी योर फ्रेंड्स मूविंग फॉरवर्ड. सम ऑफ योर फ्रेंड्स मस्ट हैव गॉन टू द पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट कॉलेजेस. कुछ दोस्तों का उनका अपना जॉब स्टार्ट हो गया होगा. यू आर सिटिंग आइडियल एट होम. तो पीयर प्रेशर फील नहीं हुआ?
एक साल का अगर लैक होगा तो फिर अगले 10 साल का स्ट्रगल है. सो बाय नॉट गेट इन टू अ गुड स्कूल. Use that. I won't say waste that 1 year. Use that new 1 year to build yourself better and then eventually it lead up in life.
So no regrets with the gap year,
No
na?
regrets, no regrets, zero regrets.
Okay, so you were saying कि you're following a fixed routine,
Hmm.
but following a fixed routine for a complete year is quite difficult, quite tedious. तो कैसे खुद को rejuvenate करते थे? How did you stand out or ensure that you're not falling behind anyone else?
I would say I just used to set daily targets कि डेली बस इतना करना है. डोंट प्लान वे टू हेड कि 2 वीक्स में क्या कर लोगे, 10 मंथ्स में क्या कर लोगे, एक साल बाद होगा नहीं होगा. जस्ट सेट डेली टारगेट्स दैट आई विल डू दिस टास्क ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. तो आगे की पिक्चर देखना आसान हो जाता है. जस्ट टेक स्मॉल स्टेप्स.
Okay. You mentioned कि आप daily कुछ physical activities भी करते थे. You used to go to gym, you used to have different physical activities. And I can say this from my personal experience over the years. काफी students ये part को ignore करते हैं. They make their life quite monotonous, and it becomes difficult for them. So, do you think that having some other extracurricular activities going on in your life helped you stay consistent?
100%. एक्चुअली बीच में एक टाइम ऐसा हुआ था, लाइक आई रियली लाइक टू गेट इनटू स्पोर्ट्स एंड गो टू जिम. तो मैं क्या करता था कि अगर टारगेट जैसे पूरा नहीं हुआ तो दैट इज वाज माय एक्चुअली कॉम्प्रोमाइज पॉइंट. So if I don't get this work done, I won't go to the gym today, or I won't go to play badminton with my friends. तो इसे एक रिवॉर्ड सिचुएशन की तरह भी मैं ट्रीट करता था. तो दैट ऑल्सो यूज टू हेल्प मी गोइंग.
Okay. So there's a question on the chat. What is your profile? So for quickly the people who are watching live, क्या आप आपकी profile short में describe कर दोगे?
I am a 877 general engineer male with 2 years of gap. I've graduated my from my BTech in 2024.
And with 2 years of gap, you're still able to convert one of the best colleges.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So let's talk your prep strategy. After seeing your scores last year, especially if you look at SNAP, the exam you targeted and the college you're joining into, it was just 81 percentile. So how did you power through your preparation over the year, and what ensured that you stayed on to the mark and you're able to get a 98 percentile?
For Snap particularly, what I did different this year was I took a lot of mocks. I completed all the mocks that were available on the platform. First, there were 20 or 25, and in the end, there were more mocks added. So it was around 29, 30 mocks. So what I used to give is I used to wake up, give a mock, just analyze it thoroughly. Then in the evening, I used to give it once again, another mock. So I completed around 30 mocks for Snap only. And I feel that when in the first attempt in the Snap one, I felt like my paper was over 10 minutes earlier.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you are able to complete the paper quite ahead of time. So in fact, and I'll talk from my personal experience as well. When मैंने भी जब दिया था Snap का paper, मेरा भी 10 मिनट पहले हो गया था. And everyone around me was solving. I know for sure I was panicked looking at the fact that मेरा हो गया but किसी का हुआ नहीं है. What was running through your mind?
In that time, I actually went back to that logical reasoning and alphanumeric questions back again, rechecked them, and post rechecking also the same answer was coming. So I was pretty sure कि सही ही कर रहा है, कुछ गलत तो नहीं कर रहा है.
तो वो एक्स्ट्रा टाइम थोड़ा स्पीड फास्ट होने का आपको ये बेनिफिट हुआ, आप रीचेक कर पा रहे थे.
रीचेक कर पाए.
And how many attempts did you give for Snap?
I gave all the 3 attempts.
So what was your strategy? काफी स्टूडेंट्स को ये कंफ्यूजन होता है, फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट तो हमने दे दिया है, अब फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट से सेकंड अटेम्प्ट के बीच में हमने करना क्या चाहिए?
I would advise कि Snap में ऐसा कोई नया syllabus नहीं है. Everything is very basic, but all you need is speed and accuracy. Because this time, even getting a 50 marks out of 60 is not guaranteed will fetch you 99%. So only mocks I would recommend. Just practice enough mocks for Snap. That will actually help you because you are coming from a cat mindset where you have to solve 30%, 40% of the paper. And in Snap, you wish to attempt 55 questions at least. So that mental shift is more important rather than the knowledge shift.
Okay, there were quite a few students who were saying कि mocks are too easy for Snap. What's your perspective after looking at the mocks and giving the actual examination? Was the fact that the mocks were too easy helped you out?
When I gave my first Rodha mock, Snap mock 1, I thought ये तो बहुत ज्यादा आसान है, लगता है कुछ गलत कर रहा हूँ. फिर I just thought करते रहता हूँ, ऑप्शन ही क्या, क्योंकि this time the cat was on 30th and first attempt was on 6th, so we had only 5 days. तो मैंने करते रहता हूँ. And when I gave the first mock, तो जो लोग जो बाकी मेरे दोस्त कहते हैं बहुत आसान मॉक दे रहा है तू, मैंने कहा पेपर ही वैसा ही आया है. तो I actually felt I am writing another mock just in a different environment. मेरे को काफी सिमिलर लगा, काफी सिमिलर.
So the strategy of having mixed mocks, कुछ काफी easy, कुछ काफी difficult, helped you out in the actual exam when the paper was very easy. You were ready for the pattern that paper easy है, maximize करने attempts.
और actually I actually remember 2-3 questions जो मैंने multiple mocks में same pattern में करे थे और वो मेरे को exactly same दिख रहे वहां पे. मतलब to the point same थे, यही रेशियो था, फिर वो यही कर रहा था, फिर वो यही 2x कर रहा था. Exact मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा था ये तो मैं कर चुका हूँ. It was exactly.
कोई एक डिफिकल्ट मैथड कॉन्स का क्वेश्चन जो शायद 2 मिनट लेता, आपने उस क्वेश्चन को प्रोबेबली एग्जाम में 30 सेकंड से 1 मिनट में किया जस्ट बिकॉज यू गिव मल्टीपल मॉक्स.
Yeah, because if you calculate na 30 mocks into 60 questions, 1800 questions you have practiced in a time simulated manner. So means you have actually practiced 30 runtime. So that was actually easier. Like I had a plan. I used to finish it. Like if you talk to me about the paper strategy, so I used to allocate like 5 minutes. I will finish up the English. Then I will move to LR. Then I will move to quant, and I won't stop in anything in between. If a question is like 6 lines long, I will mark it for review. Then I will come back to it later. So I maintain a speed flow.
Okay. Now what happens with quite a few students is back to back you're giving too many examinations. Even aapne bhi you gave CAT, then you had 3 attempts of SNAP, then you had that examination. There's a mental exhaustion from her exam ka pattern alag hai. Her SNAP is quite easy compared to other examinations.
Hmm.
That has a very different component of decision making. How were you transitioning from one exam to other?
Transitioning from CAT to Snap was very easy because it was on the easier end, and in CAT it was a 2 hour exam and this is a 1 hour exam. So ये बिल्कुल फटाफट खत्म हो जाता था. The difficult part was from Snap to go into that 3 hour exam plus the GK section plus you don't have a habit of reading RC. So transitioning to Snap was way easier than transitioning to that. So basically, I feel mock is the way to go. For that also, I gave 10 mocks,
And if I'm
all
not
on the
wrong, you
portal.
scored roughly around 96 percentile in that examination.
Yes.
So even that score was really good. I have seen students कि आपका बीच में CAT का result आ जाता है while you're giving SNAP attempts. You
Hmm.
get, you know your exact score in a few days. And after knowing that score, some students have a very low score or some students end up getting a really good score. But despite that score, what do you think helped you focus on all the other examinations, not distract you from that? Because students get confused whether they should pursue the examinations or they should start preparing for the GDPI.
दिस वुड एक्चुअली साउंड लाइक एडवर्टाइजमेंट. पहले डिस्क्लेमर दे देता हूँ क्योंकि एग्जैक्टली अगर कोई बैक ट्रैक करके देखे रवि सर के सेशन में, दैट वाज अ सेशन आफ्टर द कैट रिजल्ट्स, स्कोर इनिशियल स्कोर्स केम आउट. तो
Okay.
सर ने ये बोला था कि अभी आपकी आएगी, किसी की आएगी 95, किसी की आएगी 90, किसी की आएगी 80. फिर एक दिन फेब में मार्च में मैसेज आएगा ग्रुप पे, SIBM पुणे कन्वर्टेड, SCMHRD कन्वर्टेड, XLRI कन्वर्टेड. फिर यू विल थिंक कि मैं भी उसी जगह पे था. So that was one thing. After seeing my initial CAT score, I wasn't even expecting a 95 percentile on that score, but I eventually scored it. तो मेरे को वही बात स्ट्राइक करी थी कि टॉप 15 स्कूल्स में जाना है, आप लेफ्ट से जाओ या राइट से जाओ, इवेंचुअली यू विल गेट दैट. ये बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट सेशन की लाइन है सर.
तो कंसिडरिंग आपने रवि सर का नाम लिया है, I have seen multiple students. Ravi sir has been kind of a role model to many. What was that one statement from Ravi sir which helped you keep grounded? Like काफी बार even I used to get distracted during my prep. रवि सर का हमेशा यही एक स्टेटमेंट था, मेरे साथ सर ने एक स्टेटमेंट यूज किया था दैट मेहनत करो, जब रिजल्ट आएगा ना तब अभी जो आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं इट्स टू मच, सब वर्थ इट लगेगा. रवि सर ने ये मुझे पर्सनली बोला था, तो मुझे वो स्टेटमेंट हमेशा याद रहता है. आज भी जब मैं मेहनत करता हूँ तब ये याद रहता है यार, वॉट एवर आई एम डूइंग टुडे, इसका जब रिजल्ट आएगा एवरीथिंग विल फील लाइक इट वाज वर्थ इट. तो व्हाट वाज दैट वन स्टेटमेंट फॉर यू?
मेरे लिए थोड़ी सी अलग थी, डिफरेंट थी. रवि सर ने बोला था कि एक दिन किसी का भी खराब हो सकता है. अगर वो खराब होना होगा, कैट वाले दिन भी खराब हो सकता है, स्नैप वाले दिन भी खराब हो सकता है, जैट वाले दिन भी खराब हो सकता है. अगर आपके चारों दिन खराब है, देन यू हैवंट वर्कड हार्ड. इफ यू विल वर्क हार्ड, आपने इतना यू हैव पुट इन द आवर्स, लाइक रवि सर कहते थे 500 सेट करो, 300 सेट करो, सब कुछ दिखेगा LRDI में. तो इफ यू हैव पुट इन, एक दिन आप पक्का शाइन करोगे क्योंकि 500 दिन आपका सिस्टम वैसे वर्क नहीं करेगा. तो एक दिन पक्का आएगा वो. तो दैट वाज वन थिंग कि अगर आज नहीं हो, जैसे समटाइम्स आई यूज्ड टू स्कोर 30 मार्क्स इन मॉक्स.
ओके. तो
एक एक मैंने मॉक दिया था स्नैप से जस्ट 2 या 3 दिन पहले. आई स्कोर 34.75.
एंड व्हाट वाज योर फाइनल स्कोर इन द एग्जामिनेशन?
The best score was 48.25, and the other two was 47.75, and in one attempt I got 43.25.
ओके, सो गिविंग मल्टीपल अटेम्प्ट्स हेल्प्ड यू आउट. अगर आप
Yeah,
एक ही अटेम्प्ट देते तो शायद से आप SCMHRD का कॉल भी नहीं आता.
हाँ, 100%.
ओके. So we have talked about your prep. Now the transition, पूरा टाइम एक लेक्चर को देखने से, पूरा टाइम doing something that everyone else is doing. Why is it transitioning to something that is very much curated to you, which talks about your profile, your journey, your knowledge about current affairs? How did you transition from your theoretical preparation to GDPI preparation?
एक्चुअली मेरा थोड़ा सा आई हैड इंटरेस्ट इन रीडिंग अबाउट फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स, रिसेंट न्यूज, क्या चल रहा है वॉक अराउंड. तो आई एंजॉयड द जीडीपीआई जर्नी मोर देन माई एंट्रेंस एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन जर्नी, because this was something basically you have to sell the best version of yourself. और in the process, like दिव्य सर की जो strategy थी, my story session, so that
Hmm.
actually helped me because मेरे को इतना मेरे बारे में पता ही नहीं था.
ओके, तो जो इनिशियल में आपके लिए इनिशियल क्लासेस रखी थी जस्ट टू एक्सप्लोर योरसेल्फ, इट
Hmm.
हेल्प्ड यू इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट शुड बी द इनिशियल स्टेप्स.
एंड वन मोर थिंग, मतलब मेरे को काफी मतलब बोले कि आई यूज टू अटेंड दो सेशन लाइव. तो उसके अंदर पहली क्लास में दिव्य सर ने बोला जस्ट राइट योर स्टोरी विदाउट एनी ऑब्जेक्टिव. तो आप बिल्कुल एक अनफिल्टर्ड वे में, अनऑब्जेक्टिव वे में आप अपनी स्टोरी लिखोगे. फिर नेक्स्ट डे बोला पुल आउट 5 lessons फ्रॉम दिस स्टोरी. So that was the real story, and then you pulled out the lessons. Then by giving multiple mocks, you fine tuned those answers. तो इवेंचुअली वो वहां से पता लगा, शायद अगर ये स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं होती तो अचीवमेंट का आंसर, लीडरशिप का आंसर कभी तैयार ही नहीं होगा.
काफी स्टूडेंट्स को मॉक्स को लेके ये डर होता है दैट, जैसे आपने भी मॉक्स का नाम लिया, वी आर नॉट वेल प्रिपेयर्ड सर. अभी मैं भी अभी बात करता हूँ किसी स्टूडेंट से, समवन रीचेज आउट टू मी, आई एम सेइंग कि एक मॉक दे दो, दे आर लाइक सर अभी वी आर नॉट वेल प्रिपेयर्ड, हम कुछ दिन बाद मॉक देंगे. व्हाट वाज योर स्ट्रेटजी, व्हाट वर्क फॉर यू एंड व्हाट डू यू थिंक आर ह्यूज मिथ्स इन द मार्केट?
व्हाट आई फील कि जिसे एक टेस्टिंग प्लेटफॉर्म की तरह नहीं देखना चाहिए, इसे लर्निंग की तरह देखना चाहिए. तो बेसिकली अगर आज मैं स्क्रैच, इफ आई स्टार्ट फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, मैंने कुछ भी दिया, तो अगर इफ आई रेट माई सेल्फ 20 out of 100, तो मेरे को 80 पॉइंट्स का इंप्रूवमेंट का स्कोप कैसे पता लगेगा. तो दैट इज वॉट मॉक्स विल एक्चुअली हेल्प यू. सेम बोथ इन द जीडीपीआई प्रिपरेशन एंड द कैट प्रिपरेशन. कोई अगर सिर्फ क्वेश्चंस करे जा रहा है, आई डोंट थिंक वो कैट के दिन जाके या स्नैप के दिन जाके परफॉर्म कर पाएगा, क्योंकि उसे 2 hours में, 1 hour में अपने दिमाग को स्टिमुलेट उसने करा ही नहीं है वैसे एनवायरमेंट में. जैसे आई वुड लाइक टू गेट बैक वापस रवि सर की बात पे, जो था कि पोर्टल पे टॉपिक टेस्ट होते थे 10 10 मिनट्स के, आरसीज होते थे. तो वो भी अगर टाइमर में चल रहा है तो टाइम से प्रेशर जैसे बनता है. तो सेम मुझे लगता है मॉक इंटरव्यूज देने से भी वही होता है. लाइक आई एक्चुअली डोंट रिकॉल द मेंटर्स नेम. मेरे से क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था अबाउट माई ड्रीम रोल्स. फर्स्ट अबाउट ड्रीम कंपनीज, देन ड्रीम रोल्स, एंड आई वाज आस्क्ड द सेम क्वेश्चन इन माय एससीएमएचआरडी इंटरव्यू.
ओके, एंड आई होप, I mean, pretty sure you answered it well considering you've converted it.
Hmm.
And mocks को लेके, how do you think the mock strategy or the mock mindset differs when you're preparing for CAT SNAP and when you're preparing for GDPI?
आई वुड से इट वेरीज अ लॉट, बिकॉज जब कैट स्नैप के अगर आपको क्वेश्चंस दिख रहे हैं तो आंसर्स दिख रहे हैं, दैट इज समथिंग आप अपने कैरेक्टर को जज नहीं करोगे. कई बार मॉक इंटरव्यूज में जब आपको फीडबैक मिलता है तो यू टेंड टू जज योर सेल्फ, आई एम आई नॉट गुड इनफ. So that is one reason I feel mock journey could be a little difficult, but you need to get through this. So you will have to work on the weak points. Like मेरे को एक चीज बहुत अच्छी याद है, जैसे आपके सामने मल्टीपल जी सेशंस दिए थे. मैं अगर लिस्ट निकालूंगा तो लिस्ट बहुत लंबी है. तो व्हाट आई यूज टू डू, जैसे अभी तो दिखा नहीं सकता, तो स्क्रीन पे मैं आईपैड में नोट्स बनाता था. तो एक तरफ मैं लिखता था पर्सनल फीडबैक और एक तरफ लिखता था जनरेट फीडबैक. तो जैसे आप जब किसी और कोई फीडबैक दे रहे हो ये गलती है, तो अगर मुझे लगता है ना मैं अपने ऊपर भी अप्लाई कर सकता हूँ, सो आई यूज टू लर्न फ्रॉम दैट एज वेल. और पर्सनल फीडबैक तो आई यूज टू राइट इट. तो
Okay, so
फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म इज ग्रेट एक्चुअली, मतलब वो उसी से आएगा.
okay, considering we're talking about mock Gs right now, how do you think it helped giving multiple mock Gs, and what kind of patterns were you expecting and actually happened on the D-Day?
Actually, giving mock Gs actually helped me explore a lot of ideas. Like if I consider what was given on the final D day, so what we practiced, if we wouldn't have practiced that, I don't think I would have been able to perform that well. Because for me, the G in the SCMHRD went 10 on 10.
Okay,
So that actually helped me. Like every day we were doing a different pattern. We did the picture pattern, we did the scheduling pattern, we did the break pattern, then we practiced various patterns. So I think practicing those 10, 12 patterns actually helped me make my mind what will come, I will able to handle it. And eventually that was very easy G compared to the what I did in the mock Gs and classes.
okay, but there's also misconception that I've heard from some students. आप जब mock G देते हो in a particular coaching setup,
Mhm.
like you gave mock Gs to me. When you're giving mock Gs, everyone has already prepared for multiple mock Gs before that. तो जो feedback होता है already students are very fine tuned. But अब actual जब college setup में जाते हो, there are students who are not that well prepared. So the actual GE can become quite chaotic at times. How was your personal experience with respect to that, and how were you able to handle that situation if it arose?
Luckily, in SCMHRD it was very calm. No one was. There was a few crosstalks, but it went very smoothly. But also in the practice, also there were some crosstalks, and we were able to handle it. Like you made a strategy how to handle the crosstalker, and there was one more strategy. The person who speaks a lot doesn't mean he will get more points. You have to actually put. I also remember one of your line. I wrote it in my notebook. Although I broadly agree, but the nuance here is. So I used those lines as well. So it was great actually.
Well, good to see that you followed. Uh, Now there are quite a few students who will be watching this session later on, or who are watching it live, who are preparing for their cat and snap journey, and especially students जिनका gap year है. What will be your 2 cents for them?
Don't worry about gap year. कुछ उससे खास फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Just get the score, prepare well, and get through the interviews. Because over there, what they are trying to judge is, will you be a good fit to the college? Will your personality match with the other candidates? So work on that, because honestly, all the interviews that I have given till now, not in a single one I was asked a question about gap year, and it is clearly mentioned on my profile. Graduate June 2024. So I don't think that is a point to worry at all.
So students who start worrying about sir हमारी profile weak है, so should we prepare for cat, snap and other exams or not? What's your take on this? Someone who
I
has
would
2 or 3 years of gap year, they're confused whether they should prepare, they should go for another drop or not.
I would say for me 2 years didn't matter in the end, and I converted with a gap and no work ex as a fresher. So if I can do it with those things, तो इससे बुरी प्रोफाइल तो और किसी की क्या ही हो सकती है. So they can also.
Okay, considering you're joining SMHRD in what 3 months right now, what are the things you're looking forward to during your MBA journey?
Actually, I am looking forward to build connections. One problem which I have now, I sleep a lot. So what I have heard from various people that in the first year you won't even get time to sleep. So I am actually excited to be part of that journey. How non-sleeping would affect me.
You live it. Everyone around you is doing the same thing. You get used to it. Uh, any specific strategy, anything that you like to highlight for students who are preparing for SNAP this year?
Focus on mocks and focus on GE. Those are two important things. And focus on your PI. Give multiple PIs, multiple Gs, and don't be afraid, I would say, because मेरे को तो एक और चीज याद है. I had a mock G with Arihant, Shashwat, I guess. Mock interview, sorry. One day before my SCMHRD's interview. And that feedback actually helped me because I was looking forward to be grilled on finance. The questions which he asked were very similar, which the second panelist on the SCMHRD did ask me about the ratios and stuff. So if I wouldn't have given that interview, I am not sure if I would be able to handle those questions really well. And considering my first DE experience and what I did in the SCMHRD interview, I think I did well.
Yeah, really proud to see that. Really proud to see someone that we have seen over the past few months convert and get into the college. Let's have a short rapid fire round. You know how rapid fires work, right?
Yeah.
You'll have to give, and it's going to be academic. Don't worry, not getting into your personal too much. So, one section that you enjoyed the most while preparing
The examination part or the prep part?
examination.
Examination part, LRDA.
One mistake you think you should have avoided.
I should have started mocks way earlier.
Okay, cat versus snap, which is more unpredictable.
Cat is more unpredictable.
Okay, one habit that helped you out throughout your prep.
Maintaining a routine and going to the gym daily.
If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what words would those be?
I would say disciplined, consistent, and resilient.
And how would you describe your journey in one word?
That actually shows the resilience.
Okay, if you had to describe your experience at Rodha in one sentence, what that would be?
It would be overwhelming actually, because in the starting that was overwhelming in a different sense, and now it is in a different sense. Starting seeing the amount of lectures that you guys did. If someone, again, it would sound like advertising, but it's not. I have paid for both the courses from my pocket. The amount of classes that from the very first week there are 12 classes, 10 classes a week, and moreover then you had to do questions. The sets were being uploaded, and Ravi sir daily. I was in the Ravi sir batch, so daily, okay, this is the set, do it, practice this. And if someone is able to complete, I also didn't complete the Roda content fully because it is not humanly possible. 3-4 लोग करें तो शायद एक साल में कंटेंट पूरा कर पाएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो तब वो वैसे ओवरवेलमिंग था. अब नाउ आई हैव कन्वर्टेड, सो दैट इज नाउ ओवरवेलमिंग ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट.
Anything you'd like to say to the people who were supporting you throughout the journey? Let it be faculty, mentors, your parents, family, your friends.
Gurvinder was throughout my journey. We used to discuss mocks. We used to discuss GE. हमने GE भी बहुत सारे साथ में दिए. Apart from that, if I talk about faculty, Ravi sir was always a great motivator, because starting में जो sets थे used to take 45 minutes. So what he used to say कि अगर 45 minutes लग रहे हैं तो you are far better than someone जो 15 मिनट ट्राई करके solution देख लेता है. So if you are trying for a set 45 minutes, don't say कि आपने एक hour waste कर दिया. You have developed that skill in that 1 hour जो आपको आगे हजारों सेट्स में हेल्प करेगी, बिकॉज नो वन कैन प्रिडिक्ट कि कैट में उस दिन कौन सा सेट आएगा. तो ऐसा भी हो सकता है आपने 1000 सेट करे और वहां पे 1000 फर्स्ट सेट आ गया. तो द जर्नी थ्रू गोइंग थ्रू दैट सेट्स तो वो था. और केडी सर के जो टारगेट्स थे, लाइक 8 वीए क्वेश्चन, टारगेट सीम्स टू बी स्मॉल, बट एक मंथ में 240 क्वेश्चन होते हैं. तो दैट इज वन थिंग.
Okay. So thanks a lot, Shreyansh, to coming on this podcast, sharing your journey, your story with everyone. A very big congratulations to you. Just to summarize whatever we have discussed, it's this story of yours. It's not a story of an epic grandeur. It's a story of being consistent, of not giving up, and not being scared of any obstacle that may come your way. Just a reminder to everyone watching it out there, consistency is what matters. Keeping on grilling and doing the same thing again and again is not monotonous. It is what prepares you and helps you handle different situations on the D-Day. You might have, like Ravi sir says, you might have one bad exam, but if your preparation is good, you will succeed in at least one examination, if not more. So that's it. Shreyansh, a huge congratulations to you. Wishing you all the best for your journey ahead. Wishing that you have a great time at SCMHRD. This is it from us today, guys. Thank you. Thanks for being a lovely audience.